So, nandito tayo sa pressure 11.6 plus 3 psi sa pang-apat na branch na pipe 14.6. Okay, so 14.6 and then 14.6. Tapos yung suma total from sprinkler 1 to sprinkler 5 30.6 kasi na-compute na niya yung flow ng sprinkler 5. Ito K times P raised to 1 half or square root 8 times 4.6 raised to 1 half 30.6 GPM. Yun, 30.6 GPM. Pag suma mo lahat yung 5, 127.6 GPM. Okay. So, tayo, no? Grabe. Meron na rin daw software to, kaya lang di pa ako gumagamit. Mukhang mahal yata yung software nito eh. Baka meron may software sa inyo, mag-share na lang kayo sa pero kailangan din kasing naka-indicate sa calculation eh. Hahanapan ka ni building official ng hydraulic calculation. Okay, so sprinkler 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapos na. The pipe supplying the sprinkler pipe is a 1 and 1/2 pipe. Schedule 40, no? 1 feet 11 inches and a half inches long. Also in this piece of pipe, there is a fitting at the connection to the main which must be accounted for in the friction loss calculation. Ang sinasabi niya, itong horizontal pipe, nasa ilalim ito ng itong branch. Oh. Parang ganyan, no? Tingnan nyo to. Ito yung riser niya. Ito yung branch. Ito yung kinakabitan ng mga sprinkler. Ayan, dito, no? Sa ibabaw. Kasi nakatutok sa taas, no? Tapos, meron kang maliit na T na kaganyan. Di ba? So, ito, maliit ito. Usually, mga maximum 1 foot. Nakaganon. At dito ngayon, yung horizontal, itong horizontal na yan, ito, andito siya ngayon, nakaganon siya, nakaganyan naman siya. Ito yung horizontal, ito yung T connection. Diba? Tapos, nandyan yung branch mo. So, yun ang sinasabi niya na ilang i-account natin yung T connection. Okay, anong equivalent? Kasi itong ginawa ni Hazen and Williams gumawa sila ng analysis na anong equivalent na pressure ng isang elbow o isang T. Ayan, basahin natin ha. NFPA 13, section 22.4.4.7 open and close parenthesis 3 states, calculate the loss of the T for a T or a cross where flow direction change occurs based on the equivalent pipe lengths of the piping segment in which the fitting is included. This tells us that when to include a fitting in a friction loss calculation when flow direction changes. In other words, pag may T ka, magbabago ang direction ng tubig, o elbow, o cross, dito magkakaroon ka ng friction loss. May friction loss ka dun sa mahabang straight na tubo na 10 feet, meron ka rin doon sa T o elbow o cross, no? Okay. Tapos itong sinasabi niya, 4, Roman numeral 4 of that section says, the T at the top of the riser nipple shall be included in the branch line. The T at the base of the riser nipple shall be included in the riser nipple. And the T or cross at the cross main junction shall be included in the cross main. This tells us where to include the fitting into upstream piece of pipe. This is why the T fitting at the cross main at point A on our drawing is added to the branch line friction loss calculation, not on the friction loss through the piece of the 4-inch main, horizontal main. So if you're wondering about all these T fittings that the sprinklers are threaded into, NFPA 13 9 22.4.4.79 states, friction loss shall be excluded for the fitting directly connected to the sprinkler. Therefore, we ignore the T-fittings for the sprinklers. Okay, kasi meron yun eh. Yung ano mo, tapos meron kang kapiranggot yun na fitting para may kabit mo si sprinkler mo, hindi na raw kailan isama. Friction loss shall be excluded for the fitting directly connected to the sprinkler. Therefore, we ignore the fitting. Now, we know to include a T-fitting in our friction loss calculation for pipe supplying the sprinkler pipe. This is entered into our worksheet. So, tingnan natin. Yan. So, now, ang tubo mo, 1.5 pa rin. O, si 1.5, 1.5. And then, meron kang fitting. May fitting ka. T. Ito, makita mo tong T na ito. Tapos, pipe length equivalent, 1 foot. 1 foot, no? Okay, so, with that, tingnan natin susunod. Doon sa kasunod ngayon, yung 1 foot, bibigyan niya ng equivalent length, no? Length, fitting, total. So, ito yung length ng, yung sinabi kong ganon, 1 foot. Tapos, ito naman yung equivalent length nung fitting, which is the T. Diba? So, 8 feet daw. So, 8 feet plus 1 feet, total of 9 feet. So, ngayon, pag ipinasok mo ngayon dun sa, naku, hindi nakita sa baba, no? Sorry. Yan natin, baka nasa next slide. So, yung haba ng equivalent na pipe nung T at saka yung 1 foot is 9. Yan natin, ha? So, dinagdag niya yung 8 feet. Ito na. Mapupuna mo, hindi 10 feet ito. Kasi itong 9 is daw isang 1 foot na pataas at saka yung T. So, yung T sabi niya equivalent to 8 feet. Okay? 8 feet. So, applying it in the formula, ito, no? 1 plus 8 equals 9 feet. So, kaya 9 feet ito. So, tapos ang size ng tubo mo, uno media, C is the same. Pero ang GPM mo, yung flow, yung 5 sprinklers, yung kinumbine, di ba? So, take note, ang pressure drop dun sa T, laki. Ang igsi niya, 1 foot lang, tapos may T, pero 5 PSI na. Kanina kasi 1.449, 1.5, 1.6, 3 PSI, tapos ito 5 PSI na. Pero ang igsi lang nito, di ba? Paano naman kasi equivalent yung T ng 8. So, enter all pipe information. So, ito na. Nilagay na niya yung 5. So, 5 PSI. Ang factor is 8. No change in elevation. And then, 19.6. So, 14.6 plus 5 is 19.6 PSI. So, yan. Tingnan natin ulit dun sa drawing. So, ibig sabihin, from sprinkler 1 to sprinkler 5, 127 GPM yung nakuha natin, di ba? Tapos, yung pressure dito, 23.6. Yan, no? 19.6. Okay, adding a pressure at sprinkler 5 and the friction loss pressure in the pipe supplying sprinkler 5, we have the pressure required at this point A in our system. This 23.6 PSI with the piping arrangement is required at point A to get the required minimum amount of water and pressure through sprinklers 1 and 5. Since there are no more sprinklers to account for, the next step is to simply calculate the friction loss from point A to B. So, from point A to B, this pipe is a piece of 4-inch pipe from here to here, 10-foot pipe, no? So, 4.52 times 127, yung 5 sprinklers, raised to 1.85, is 10 feet yung haba niya, 120 pa rin, raised to 1.85. Ngayon, take note, ang diameter ng 4-inch pipe is 4.26 raised to 4.87. The pressure drop is only, or friction loss is only 0.04 psi. We will round this to 0.1. Oh, si ko na nag-round off dito kasi NFPA, ha? 0.1 psi daw yung 0.04. Okay lang. So now, ito siya. 0.1. Okay, 0.1 is, pag inad mo to, will be what? Will be 19.7. Okay, so 19.7 sa branch A. O, yan. From sprinkler 1 to sprinkler 5, and then total 127.6 with a 19.7 psi dun sa branch B. Sa branch A, 19.6 psi. 19.7. Okay. So, pwede mong i-assume ngayon, balikan natin. Yan. Kasi ito, 127.6 PS, GPM eh. Ito, no? 127.6. Pwede mo nang i-assume nito na 127.6 din. At ito, 127.6 din, yung third branch. Pero, very accurate tong NFPA calculations eh. Meron siyang adjustment. Tawag niya doon, pressure adjustment sa flow. Flow adjustment dahil sa change in pressure. Okay, ito siya, no? Flow adjustments are required to balance the two different calculated flows. Same point in a sprinkler system. Obviously, two separate flows. Pressure can exist in the same point. Notice below the pressure at point A, where the first branch line connects, main is 9.6. So, ito, no? So, 19.6 and 19.7. Balikan natin yung drawing. So, ibig niya sabihin, ito, dito, 19.6 sa branch A. Pero dito, 19.7. Kasi may pressure drop ka rito eh. So, that means na yung flow mo rito, mag-iiba. Ayan, tingnan natin So, ito yung formula. Q adjustment is equal to Q dun sa lower pressure portion times the square root of the ratio of the pressure sa mas mataas, high, to the low, no? So, divide mo yung pressure high over pressure low, extract the square root, multiply mo sa Q, sa low, will give you the adjusted flow. So, tingnan natin. Yan. So 19.6, 19.7, 127.6. Na-explain lang niya, no? Ngayon, ito na yung formula. So, PH over PL is equal to 126.7, 19.7 divided by 19.6, extract the square root, you will get 127.9 GPM. So, ilalagay natin si 127.9 dun sa branch B. Sa branch B, ito. So, take note, sa branch A, 127.6. Sa branch B, 127.9. Grabe, no? Ang liit lang nung dagdag na GPM. 0.3 GPM lang na dagdag. Pero, ganun pa man, ayaw niyang shortcutin. Sabi ko nga kanina, times 3 mo na lang. Pero anyway, basta sinasabi ni Hazen-Williams formula, ito daw yung tamang GPM. Ito naman yung corresponding pressure, 19.7. Dun sa A, 19.6. Okay. So, branch C naman, sa branch C. So, ito na yung branch C. Kinumpute na naman niya yung pressure drop sa branch C, 10 feet long, 4 feet diameter, 4 inches diameter pipe. Pero take note, ang volume ng tubig mo will be 255 na. Balikan nga natin. Ito, no, sinoma niya yung 127.6 saka 127.6 saka 127.9 is equal to 255.5. So, yun. Ginamit niya yung 255.5 raised to 1.85 times 10 feet. Same again. 0.2 PSI. Kung kanina 0.4 ni round off sa 0.1, ito ngayon 0.2 PSI. Kaya maliit lang ang pressure drop kasi ang laking tubo eh. Malaking tubo. So, 0.2. Hindi katulad kanina, mataas ang pressure drop dahil malaki ang volume ng tubig at maliit yung mga tubo. So, now we put 0.2 sa form. Ayan. 19.7 plus 0.2 will be equal to what? 19.9. Okay. Para makompute natin yung C. Kasi B pa lang yan. Okay. So, ito na yung C. Sa C, kinompute na niya yung pressure. 19.7 plus 0.2 is equal to 19.9. Ngayon, kukomputin na natin itong flow sa C. Okay? So, flow adjustments na naman ang gagamitin. Ito. Q adjustment is equal to 127.6 times, ito yung flow times 19.9 over 19.6. Ito yung pressure sa dulo, sa C. Ito naman pressure dun sa unahan. So, ang na-compute niya GPM 128.6. So, ilalagay na natin itong 128.6 dun sa form. Ito na siya. 128.6. Para pag sinuma mo yung tatlong branches, 383.9. So, dito, 383.9, 19.9 ang pressure. Okay, so ang kulang na lang yung pressure ng pababa ng tubo. Yung paliko pa, liliko pa. Tapos bababa. Kasi sa dulo pa lang to ng C. Okay, so dito, yung nakuha natin, 383.9 GPM, dito yon. Sorry, dito. Sa dulo nito, itong C na ito. A, B, branch B, branch A, branch B, branch C. Ito. At ang pressure is 19.9 PSI. Sabi, no? Ano, nasusundan niyo pa ba? Balikan natin yung chat group para medyo makapagpahinga naman ako. Ayan. Ayan natin kung may bagong tanong. Sino yung last na binasa ko kanina? Si Mira Solvilla yata yun. Hello sir, ito nga. Si Erwin Tartal. Sir Will, same computation po din po ba siya sa mga centralized water cold AC system? Centralized aircon? Applicable ka rin kasi, ayan na, applicable ka pa rin. Alang doon, wala ka namang mga ganyang mga kwan, except nodes, may nodes ka doon. Pwede mo rin i-apply itong formula nito kasi pareho rin naman yung kwan nila. May pressure din doon, may GPM din doon, may tubo rin doon. Di ba? So, yun, madedetermine mo rin. Ang nagdi-discuss niyan, si Engineer Rodel Panghulan medyo hinihikayat ko pa siya na magganito rin para yung dati niyang dinidiscuss na MEPS na chilled water design, ducting design, air pressurization, yun yung mga tatlo niyang dinidiscuss noon sa MEPF. Hopefully, makapag-share siya kasi doon lang siya nag-share sa sa PSME Makati. Pero nagsabi na siya na mag-ano rin siya. Ayun, Michael Pagulon, Fire Elite Software, sir. Meron ka ba nito, Michael? I-share mo naman sa amin, kung pwede. Kung walang proprietary pa niyan. Okay, JB Alinor Bundok. By the way, pwede ka rin gumawa ng Excel format nito Matyaga ka lang mag-develop sa Excel, pwede naman din, di ba? Then, JB Alinor Bondok, AAC block has a maximum 4 hours fire rating. Wow! Mataas pala. JB Alinor, mas mataas siya kaysa ordinary concrete. Okay pala yan, So, sige, I'll take note of that. Pero kamo, Singapore, Pilipinas, meron ba? Kasi hindi ko naririnig masyado rito sa atin sa Pilipinas. But, many years ago, meron ng Singaporean group na nag-introduce dito. Hindi ko lang pinansin, no? Magaan lang kasi siya. Ginagamit nila sa construction ng mga housing. Yun pala yun, no? Anyway. Jello Panal, sayang sir, di ko naumpisahan. Walang problema, Jello. balikan mo na lang. Kaya lang, siyempre, nandito ka na sa bandang gitna o huli, no? Michael Pagulon, Pirate Sir. Oh, baka marinig tayo, Michael, ha? Wag mong sabihin pirate, baka ano yun tayo. Baka nakabantay yung mga may-ari. I-share mo lang para nag-aaral lang tayo, di ba? Okay, so let's go back. Yun, meron pa. Yes, sir. Oo nga. Tama. Good idea to, JB, no? So, at least alam ko yung AAC. Pero, many years ago, na-meet ko na to. Kasi passive naman siya. Hindi ko masyadong pinansin. Kasi nandito ako sa But if you are an architect who specifies the material, correct. Tama. We should also know it, no? And the owner and the contractor. Okay. And then, teka ha. Balik ako sa slide. Yun. So, nandito na tayo. Ayan. Now, ito na. Now, we will calculate the friction loss to point C. Point C from the top of the riser to node top of the riser. So, ang ibig niyang sabihin, from ito, point C, papunta rito. Point C, papunta rito. Sa node kapaliko. So, meron siyang dalawang elbow. Sabi niya, dalawang elbow. De 4 pa rin yung tubo at may dalawang elbow. Okay, so ito ngayon, yung dalawang elbow hindi pa pumasok kasi ito yung fitting, no? Pero yung haba ng tubo 126 and 1/2. Yan ang sabi niya, eh. So, yan natin. Ito explanation niya, eh. The length of 4-inch schedule 10 feet pipe is 126. Yan yung haba. 126 feet and 1/2 inch length, no, or 126.04, excluding fitting length. Enter this value in the worksheet. So nakalagay na doon. Now we must enter the equivalent footage of the fittings in this run of pipe from node C to top of the riser. There are 2 elbows. In order to get our equivalent footage for these fittings, we again reference table 22.4.3.1.1.1. You will see the equivalent footage for 1 elbow is 10 feet. Therefore, 2 elbows is 20 feet. Equivalent footage. However, we are not finished yet because the title of the table is Equivalent Schedule for the Steel Pipe Length Chart. So, yan. So, ito siya. Nilagay na niya. Yung elbow, 26/4, no? At coefficient 152 ang total nito. 2 elbows, no? Okay, so nilagay na niya from the top of the riser to the bottom of the riser to the center of the fire pump. The total length of 4-inch diameter BI pipe schedule 40 considered is 70 feet with 2 elbows, 1 alarm check valve, 1 gate valve, and 1 swing check valve. So, bilangin natin yung valves, no? 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. Diba? 1 swing check valve, 1 gate valve, 1 alarm check valve, 2 elbows. 2 elbows. So, ito yung yung equivalence, eh. Medyo malabo lang, eh. Wala, ewan ko kung bakit. Equivalent schedule 48 length chart. Fittings and valves expressed in equivalent feet. So, sa D4 tubo, ito, 4-inch pipe, sinasabi niya na pag 45 degree elbow, ayan, equivalent 4, no? Pagka 90 degree standard elbow, ito, 90 degree standard, equivalent 10 feet siya. Ito, 10 feet length. Pag 90 degree long term, 8 lang. So, dahil standard elbow, liko niya at standard, ito 10 feet ang equivalent yung elbow. Okay, so tingnan natin kasi itong 2 elbows magiging 20 yan, di ba? So ito, blino up ko lang yung buong slide ha. Andyan ang T, yan, may 3 gate valve, oh yan. Yan, so meron. Okay, so ito na, inalis ko muna yung upper portion para makita lang natin yung pagkalagay ng mga fitting. Ito yung fitting, 26 feet 4 inches, no? For a total of this 120, no? 120 is the C value. So now we have the sprinkler system demand at the top of the riser. To get the bottom of the riser, we add the pipe and fittings for riser. Okay. Then, ito na ngayon yung computation ng pressure, no? 4.52 times 283. Ito na yung mukhang may mali ito. Dapat 383 ito. Sorry ha. 383 dapat to. Nagkamali itong 2 na ito. Dapat 383 ito. Raised to 1.85 times 1.52. This is now the length of, equivalent length of the pipe including the fittings, yung mga alarm check valve, mga elbow, mga etc. etc. So, divided by 120 raised to 1.85, 4.26 diameter raised 4.87, 5 psi, 5.1 psi. Enter it. So, now, the total will be 25 psi. Okay. Next slide. So, now, ito, isasama na niya yung mga, dito kanina yung elbows eh. Ito naman yung, tingnan natin dalawang check valve, alarm check valve, tsaka yung gate valve. Ayan. So, ayan, may equivalent length of fitting. Itong 2 and 1 nito. Plus yung elbow pa ulit, no? Okay, so, 30 plus this, okay, so 152, itong dalawa 70 plus 66 is 136. Okay, 136. Tingnan natin paano niya nakuha. 2 by 10 dalawang elbows, tapos 2 by 1 dalawang gate valve, 2 by 22 swing check valve, plus 1 alarm check valve, 1 swing check valve and 1 alarm check valve. Okay. Ito naman 2 1 gate valve, dalawang gate valve, then 2 by 10 dalawang elbow, for a total of 66 ito. Enter this value in the worksheet. So nakalagay na diyan. So 70 plus 60. Ito yung haba ng pipe sinasabi niya kanina. So now, ito 136 ang length, 136, 5.5 psi. So isama na naman natin dito sa 25 plus 5.5 magiging 30.5. So take note, hindi nagbabago yung volume natin kasi wala namang sprinkler na bumubuga. Ang nagbabago na lang yung pressure habang lumalapit tayo kay sa location ni fire pump. Laging merong friction loss yung tubo. Di ba? So, yan. Tingnan natin sa next slide. Ayun, sinama na niya. 5.5 plus 25 plus 5.5 equals 30. Huwag mo munang tignan tong 60.5. Okay, so in our example, we have 70 feet elevation from point top of riser to bottom of riser. This elevation pressure is 70 feet times 0.433 psi per foot, 30 psi. Enter this in the worksheet. Ayan. So, yung change in elevation ng tubig, no? Explain nito, no? Notice we have not added the friction loss of the total pressure yet. This is because there is one other type of pressure that must be accounted for at this point. This is the elevation pressure. you will notice that the riser detail at the elevation difference between the top of the riser and bottom of the riser points is 70 feet. As water rises, it must overcome gravity. This type of pressure is calculated by an off-use constant in fire protection. 1 foot of elevation is equal to 0.433 psi per foot of pressure. So, yun. So, 70 times 0.433 is equal to ito, 30. So, inilagay niya yung 30. Now, pag sinuma mo na si 25 plus 5.5 plus 30 is equal to 60.5. Doon na sa bottom of the riser. At kompleto na pati na yung elevation, yung gravity, the pressure due to the rise of water and the gravity. Siguro tanong mo, paano ko ang sprinkler paano ko ang fire water nandun sa bubong, tapos ang binubugahan niya yung ground floor? Kabaliktaran, di ba? Kaya lang, hindi na uso yon. Ang ang tamang design, lagay mo ang fire water tank mo sa ground floor or sa basement, sa baba. Tapos may fire pump ka doon, iakyat mo. Kasi mahirap maglagay ng fire pump sa bubong. Paano mo i-maintain o i-check kung nandun sa bubong, kung ang sunog mo nasa 4th floor, mahirapan ka, di ba? So, pinakamaganda doon mo lagay sa baba, doon din ang tanke mo. Okay? Mahirap yung fire water mo, iakyat mo pa sa roof deck, tapos ibababa mo. Magastos. Sa baba na lang. Okay, so yun ang tamang design. Kaya bihira ka na makakita yung mga lumang design na nandun siya sa ibabaw. Okay. Next slide. Ito na. Ewan ko kung bumalik. Pero anyway, ito na yung bottom of the riser na tayo. 383.9 GPM. Tapos 60.5 yung PSI na dun sa bottom of the riser. Tapos may test valve ka pa. Ito, yan natin. Now, ang kulang na lang, kasi andun na tayo sa baba, no? Hindi na magbabago tong 383. Ito lang ang nagbabago, no? Okay. Tingnan natin, ha? Pero, itong next slide, kailangan natin mag-provide ng gallons per minute capacity sa isang fire hose, no? So dito tingnan natin. Ordinary hazard group 2, this will be required to determine our hose stream allowance. So kailangan mong maglagay ng fire hose stream allowance and water supply duration requirements for hydraulically calculated system. So here, ito nakapula, no? Nakadilaw. Ordinary hazard 250 GPM. Pagka light hazard, 100, no? Pero, ordinary hazard tayo, 250 GPM. So, total combined inside and outside hose provision is 250 GPM. So, ito yung dadagdag natin ngayon dun sa na-compute natin na 383. Okay? Notice there is no additional pressure required for the hose allowance. It is simply added as a flow since the fire department will use the pump on the fire truck to produce the pressure needed. The final sprinkler demand requirements are 633.9 GPM, 60.5 PSI. Okay, so yan, ha? So, dinagdag yung 250 plus 250 GPM. Hindi pa niya nidagdag yan. Natin, ha? Ito. So, dinagdag yung hose requirement, 383 plus 250 GPM, 633. Same pressure pa rin. Okay? Kasi wala namang pressure drop dun sa kinalalagyan ni fire hose. Okay? So, yan ang final. Now, merong requirements sa NFPA to calculate the speed of the base riser pipe size analysis. Based on the calculated system, capacity 633.5 GPM. Select a listed fire pump 750 GPM. Tingnan natin tong 750 GPM. Ito siya, no? 633 ang na-compute. So, yung 633 pagitan ni 500 GPM at saka ni 750 GPM. So therefore, 750 gagamitin mo ito. 750. Kasi, yun nga, 633 nandito siya. Okay? So, balik tayo. So, yun. 750 GPM. Compute for the flow velocity for inch diameter pipe. Q equals velocity times the area. Q is 750 GPM and A is 3.1416 diameter square divided 4. Pi d square over 4. Then, velocity is equal to Q over air. No? The volume, 750 GPM divided by the area. So, transferring the value is equal to 4 times 750. Okay. Medyo hindi lang klaro masyado. The feet per second is equal to 16.9. Okay. Pero, at 150% pump discharge, 1.5 times 16.9 FPS, 25.35. Now, according to NFPA, the NFPA 20, pump discharge through the pipe should not exceed 20 feet per second at 150%. So, try 6-inch diameter pipe. So, 6-inch. So, pinalitan yung 6-inch pipe. Pinalitan niya 6.357 na diameter ni pipe. Lumalabas 7.6 feet per second. I-apply mo 1.5 times 7.6 is 11.4. So, it is less than 20 feet per second na limit. Okay? So, kung gagamit ka ng DESA is, the speed, the velocity of the water will be 11.4 feet per second at 150% discharge. Okay. Now, so finalizing the value, nakuha na natin 63.9. Kung ginamitan mo ng tubong DESA is, bababa yung pressure. 55.8. Yan. 55.8. Okay. So, ayan, nakita mo, gumamit siya ng tubong mga 6-inch pipe. Ito, 6-inch pipe, pati mga elbows. So, bababa yung pressure. Okay. Now, so ito yung itong pinili natin, 750. Reasons for acquiring a fire pump. Fire pumps are purchased for two main reasons. Letter A, to protect the building and property against fire loss through an overhead automatic sprinkler network, etc. And B, to secure lower insurance premiums. So, take note, sabi niya, fire pumps are used to secure lower insurance premiums. Okay. Tapos, to protect the building. Wala kang makita rito na sabi niya, to protect, to save people. Wala, hindi niya sinabi. To protect the buildings and property. So, si sprinkler system is to protect the property. So, tama ako. Hindi siya to save people. Kaya tama ako, ang to save people, F-dash, TOGADEX, air pressurization. Yung mga means of egress, yun ang to save people. Etong sprinkler, maliwanag ito, to protect buildings and property. Hindi ako naglagay nito dito, galing sa NFPA sample ito. Okay, tapos, to secure lower insurance premium. Kasi siyempre si Amerika, negosyo niya, insurance, di ba? Maalala mo yung mga Phil American Insurance, di ba? Phil Life, yung mga ibang insuring company. Negosyo nila yan Kaya nung araw, mandatory na ULFM, nung old fire code pa, yung Martial Law Fire Code, kailangan ULFM, ganun nun. Ngayon, with the new fire code, 9514, hindi na kailangan mandatory. Okay, tingnan natin to. Types of fire pumps. Horizontal split case, horizontal, nakuha na natin to, vertical inline, suction, single stage pump. Anyway, so nakita na natin yan kanina. At ito yung characteristics of the pump. So if this is the rated capacity, ito yung flat head capacity, rated capacity Flat head capacity curve. Okay. Yan. Medyo napilipit. Anyway, this is percent rated capacity, pump characteristic. And this is the rated output. 150% flow at 100% flow. Okay. The pump is required to demonstrate its ability to achieve 65% of the rated pressure when flowing at 150% of the rated capacity with a total lift of 15 foot, 4.6 meters. Number 2, shut-off head will range from a minimum of 101% to a maximum of 140% head. Then, on production runs, a witness hydrostatic pressure test is required to a minimum of 1.5 times the maximum design working pressure. So, 1.5 times the maximum working pressure of the pump and the sum of the marked maximum net pressure, but in no case less than 250 psi. Each pump period of 5 minutes without evidence of rupture for the sake or consistency. Armstrong Darling uniform test. All fire pumps do not less than 250 psi. So not less than 250 psi ang test pressure. Okay, now sizing the fire pump. Malapit na matapos. Ay, thank you Lord, malapit na. The system flow requires 750 GPM inclusive of inside hose allowance for a rated pump pressure of 60 or 60.5. The selected pump should be able to meet 65% of the rated head at 150% of rated flow. Since the source of water is steady at its rated flow, the residual pressure is negligible. So, from the formula, horsepower is equal to Q, the flow, times the total dynamic head, divided by 3,960 is a constant value. The EP is the efficiency of the pump and EM is the efficiency of the motor. So, horsepower, pump motor, TDH, total dynamic head, PSI times 2.31 to convert to value. Then, EP is pump efficiency, 70%. So, the efficiency of motor, 90%. Applying 750 times 60 times 2.31, okay, PSI per foot. Then, divide by 3,960 divided by 0.70 efficiency motor, pump, 0.9 efficiency motor. Is equal to 41.7. So, next standard rating is 50 horsepower. So, you can specify your fire pump as fire pump, 50 horsepower, 750 GPM, 60 PSI, total dynamic head, 220 volts or 380 or 460 volts, 3-phase, 60 hertz. Okay, so, yan na, 50 horsepower, and the GPM, and the pressure. Okay, what is my final recommendation for the sizing of the water cistern? Okay, my suggestion is, that's why we combine MEPF practice. You must also know how to calculate domestic water requirements, because my suggestion is, kukumputin mo yung pangangailangan sa domestic water, sa shower, lababo, kitchen, etc. That's domestic water. Sundan mo yung, meron tayong nang in-upload dyan na how to compute for that yung mga sample na galing doon sa libro ni Max Fajardo. Yun. Kasi yun ang madaling means na makompute mo yung domestic water volume requirements. So, computein mo kung ano yung volume na na-compute mo. Tapos, ito naman, na-compute mo na rin ito. I-compare mo yung dalawa. Alin bang mas malaki sa dalawa? Yung bang fire water o yung domestic water? Kung sino man yung mas malaki sa dalawa, yun ang gagamitin mo. Okay? Teka, nalaktawan natin yung ito. So, ito ngayon yung jockey pump. Okay. meron tatlong parameters paano mag-compute, mag-specify ng jockey pump. Ito, NFPA 20 states that a jockey pump should be sized to make up for the allowance leakage rate within 10 minutes or 1 GPM which is larger. Pero ito, kung nagde-design ka pa lang, hindi mo naman alam yung leakage rate, di ba? Sa 10 minutes. Kasi ito actual na to Ito, ulitin natin. A jockey pump should be sized to make up for the allowance leakage rate within 10 minutes or 1 GPM. So, magde-design ka pa lang, hindi mo pa alam to. So, medyo theoretical to, no? Second, a practical selection of the capacity of the jockey pump is to take the flow rate of the remotest sprinkler head, which is 21.2 GPM. From listed pumps, 25 GPM against a head of 65 PSI. So, same pressure, much higher pa kaysa dun sa fire pump pressure. So, 25 GPM. This is the smallest available, no? Yan. So, last sprinkler. Ito yung pinaka, mo. So, kukumpitin mo yung horsepower base rito. Pero ang madalas na shortcut, ito. Ina-assume na 10% of the fire pump pressure ang jockey pump pressure. Kaya, for example, na-compute natin ito kanina na 50 horsepower. 50 horsepower yung fire pump natin, then 5 horsepower ang ating jockey pump. 25 GPM, 65 PSI. Yan. Okay, ulitin ko. The jockey pump is 10% capacity of the fire pump. So 50 times 0.1 is 5. So 5 horsepower. So, yun ang shortcut. Okay, so water cistern. Multiply mo lang yung GPM capacity, gallons per minute, times 60 minutes stored fire water equals 45,000 gallons. Convert mo sa cubic meters, 170.35 cubic meters. So, pwede mong alamin yung length with height. The recommended tank depth should be 3.3 meters with 0.3 meter airspace. Yung pagitan ng bottom of the tank and so may space siya para hindi naman punong-puno yung fire water tank mo. But ito yung volume niya. Okay? So ngayon, balik tayo dito. Pag na-compute mo yung domestic water requirements mo, na-compute mo na rin itong fire water mo, sino yung mas mataas, yun ang sundan mo sa dalawa. Kung mas mataas si domestic water, gagawin mong si fire water, ipareho mo kay domestic water tank. Kung mas mataas naman si fire water kaysa kay domestic water tank, ganyan siya, itaas mo si domestic water. Bakit? Kasi gusto mo na si domestic water tank back up kay fire water tank. May 1 hour ka na rito, may 1 hour ka pa dyan sa isang mong tangke. Di mas mataas ang level ng assurance mo na mapapatay mo talaga yung sunog. Di naman natin malaman kung gaano nga katagal yung apoy. Diba? Okay. My last suggestion is, ito, a very good consideration is to provide a rainwater storage tank. So, ganyan na ako mag-design ngayon. Ako mismo. Meron akong fire water tank, meron akong domestic water tank, at meron din akong rainwater tank. At ginagawa ko na, yun nga, equal silang tatlo minimum. Okay? Domestic water, fire water, rainwater. Magkatabi-tabi sila. Kung minsan pa, kung kaya ng budget na lakihan yung rainwater tank, lalakihan ko para yung tubig ulan na maimbak ko, may lalagay ko sa rainwater. At siyang pangkarga ko ngayon dun sa fire water tank. Para hindi ko nabibilin kay Nawasa yung laman ng aking fire water tank. Doon ko nakukunin sa rainwater. So, yan. Okay? So, yan yung mga suggestion natin. Na-compute mo na yung fire water. Compute mo yung domestic water. Tapos, dagdagan mo pa ng isang tangke yung rainwater. Okay? So, yan ang ating presentation. Salamat sa yung tiyaga nyo. Kasi mahaba ito, no?